So I'm in a place with a lot of metal, and this round bit just caught my eye. Now I'm not sure what it was, but on one side here it has some writing, and it says Goff, or something like S Cope or S Goff and Co. Covent Garden. Let's get glasses, I think. Okay, so the tide's about as low as it's going to go today, and I can see a stem poking out there from the mud. Can you see it just here? Nice shape as well. Let's see if there's a bowl on the end. Oh, there is a bowl! So exciting! Let's have a look. Oh, you know what? It feels like a Royal Antediluvian Order of Buffaloes pipe, and I don't often find them whole. Oh, that's nice. I'll give that a clean up and show it to you again in a minute. It's got RAOB on it, Royal Antediluvian Order of Buffaloes. So I've given it a little rinse off, this Royal Antediluvian Order of Buffaloes pipe. Here she is, in all her glory. Just seen a clay pipe wedged down here between this post and the rock. See how much stem there is. Oh, it's quite a bit. Oh, that's beautiful. Funnily enough, I found one of those the other day. This one's a bit broken, but it's a Royal Antediluvian Order of Buffalo pipe, RAOB. Slightly worn off there, the B. And you can't see the R and the A. Very nice specimen. Okay, you are going to laugh. You might remember when I found a tiny little lead head of a soldier, what looked like a German soldier actually. Well, I've just found an even smaller head, and it's just down here. It's tiny. I thought it was a nail, but I picked it up anyway. I'm going to show it to you. It's the tiniest, officially the tiniest head I have ever found. Here he is. He's got a little hat on. It's so small. It pretty much sits on the top of my finger. The miniature world of the River Thames. So interestingly, I've come to a place where there's been quite a lot of erosion, and just on the way home actually, but I then noticed these two bottlenecks in the sand. There's one here and one there, and I can see that there's two stoppers in them, and they've still got the glass stoppers in, so I'm going to go and have a closer look. I mean, the bottles are broken, but they've got the glass stoppers in still, which is wonderful. And this one's got something on it. Oh, Daddy's. So that must be Daddy's sauce. think that the last person who touched this probably put that bottle top back in. A beautiful find. Look at that stopper. And that's Daddy's, presumably from Daddy's sauce. So let's see what the other one is. So here we have it over here. Let's pull it out again. The bottle is broken, but the bottle stopper is still in there, which is quite special. If I get it off. Here we go. Get it out. Beautiful, beautiful green colour. But there's nothing written on that one. Also, I found this padlock today, and it's a heavy old thing, and I've no idea if it's old or not, but for some annoying reason, something in me is saying take it and clean it up. So I'm going to lug it home and clean it up. And if it turns into something nice, I'll show you. Okay, so I'm going to do a little roundup on the things which featured in today's video. And first up is this little round piece of metal, which has S. Goff and Co. Covent Garden. As you know, I love finding bits of metal with writing on. It's always interesting to research, and I couldn't find a great deal at first, but then I did find out that S. Goff was a manufacturer of luggage, amongst many other things, and so this could have come off of a big luggage container, you know, a big chest, a luggage chest, that's the word I'm looking for. And then a little bit of further investigation, I came across some very interesting letters written by Mr. Goff and also by his solicitor. But first of all, this is S. Goff. They were importers, manufacturers and dealers in guns, revolvers, implements, ammunition, dressing bags, travelling requisites, harness, saddlery, horse clothing, military and colonial outfits, opera and field glasses, cutlery, cricket, lawn tennis. Basically, S. Goff and Company, here we have them, Covent Garden, they seem to make pretty much everything that you might want. New and second-hand furniture, new and second-hand carriages, all sorts. They were established in 1851. And the list goes on here. Cutlery and electroplate, carpets, pianos, etc. Iron safes, office furniture. Yeah, a bit of everything Mr. Goff did. And so, very interestingly, I discovered a letter written on the 21st of November, 1894. And it's written to a man called General Pitt Rivers in Salisbury in Rushmore. Dear Sir, I'm instructed by my client, Mr. Goff, or Messieurs Goff, to apply to you for the immediate payment of the sum of, actually, was it £3.19 perhaps? I'm not terribly good with the money from back then. For goods supplied, and unless this sum is remitted to me here on or before Friday morning next week at 10 o'clock, legal proceedings will be taken to recover the same without further notice. And then he signs off with a flourish, and that's John F.S. Cridland, solicitors from Piccadilly in London. And that was written on 21st of November 1894. And so after that, on the 23rd of November, he's writing again. Dear Sir, I'm requested by my clients, Messieurs Goff, to forward you the enclosed statement of account. Kindly remit me a cheque for £3.19 as already requested by return of post. Yours truly, John F.S. Cridland. And again, that's to General Pitt Rivers. By the way, I found these on the internet by Googling S-Goff, and I came up with this set of letters and this information. So there's those two letters. And then it seems as if Mr. or General Pitt Rivers replies, and unfortunately I can't read his writing very well, it's terrible. But it says words to the effect of, I have received a note to forward £3.19 without any particulars. I never pay any bills without having the items stated in it, something like that. So anyway, Mr. Pitt Rivers is not having any of it. He does not want to pay the money. So, oh dear, it's all carrying on. So then, after that, S-Goff, rather reluctantly it would seem, sends a receipt. Sir, we are not in the habit of forwarding receipts in duplicate. A receipt was sent to you on the 1st of the month, the same date as something, something, something. Anyway, it finishes off saying, it must be a peculiar post town that you have. Words to that effect. Anyway, and that is from S-Goff, and that is dated December the 10th, 1894. And here is a copy of the invoice that the General Pitt Rivers wanted. So, of course, I don't know. We will never know if Mr. Pitt Rivers paid for whatever it was that he didn't pay for. Let's hope so. And I wonder, could that have been off of the item that General Pitt Rivers received? Who knows? But who could think that one little piece of round metal like that, lost in the mud, could reveal a huge set of letters and correspondence from back, well over 100 years ago, from 1894. Fascinating. So next up are my Royal Antediluvian Order of Buffalo pipes, and I found these on 2 separate occasions over a period of 2 weeks. So here's this one, RAOB there with the buffalo horns, and then this one with the R, with the O and the B, although it looks like a P, and no R and A, but they are both rather resplendent examples. And the Royal Antediluvian Order of Buffaloes is still in existence actually, but it was started in 1822 opposite Drury Lane Theatre in London by a Joseph Lyle, who was an artist, and a Mr. W. Sinnett, a comedian. And it's one of the largest fraternal organisations in the UK. Its motto, or at least one of its mottos, is "No man is at all times wise." And so why the pipes? Well, at some point, and I've read differing stories, but for all new candidates for membership that take part in an initiation ceremony, this involves breaking a clay pipe. And so it could be that these were the pipes that they used to break. Next up is my little tiny head with the little tiny hat. Here he is. Very happy little chap. And, you know, I thought it was the smallest head that I had found, but when I came home, I searched out my other tiny head, you know, the one of the soldier, and it's over here. And in fact, the soldier is slightly smaller, believe it or not. I do love this guy's hat. So yeah, let me show you the little soldier head, which I found sometime last year. So here he is. So he is also extremely small, and I think he may even be smaller than the new tiny head if you put them next to each other. There we are. Ooh, turn them around. Yeah, there's not much in it, is there? That's better. I couldn't get them to behave. So there they are, the two tiny heads. Next up is these two bottlenecks here, which I've cleaned. And the nice thing about them is that actually there's still the cork in the bottleneck. You can see there. A little bit of cork in there, and also in this one. And then there's the two stoppers, which are rather beautiful. One a lovely green and the other one completely clear. The clear one is the Daddy's sauce one. Daddy's. So I'm just about to start cleaning up my padlock to see what's under all that rust. I've got some rust remover and see what's going on. See if it's worth recuperating or not. See if it's worth me lugging it all the way back in my bag. I'll be back. And now here is my padlock, which I've given a clean, and yeah, I'm afraid that the chain did come off. But I've still kept it. But this padlock, I've started to clean it. And it's quite interesting with all these different pins, these, I think they're copper. But what's even more interesting is that I put it out on Twitter to try and get an idea of how old it might be. And somebody came back and showed me a portable antiquities scheme item that had been registered that is very, very similar. And it says that it's post-medieval, but I must admit I'm having a hard time believing that. Plus, I've just discovered that there are a few letters on there. And so I'm not really sure if that could be post-medieval, but it's certainly very, very crudely made. I mean, it's got like a hammered shank here and these pins. So it's certainly very old, and I hope to find out a lot more about it. In fact, if anybody has any ideas, feel free to say. I found it in an area where there is a lot of 17th century debris, so I mean it's not an impossibility, but frankly I know nothing about padlocks, and I almost left this one where I found it, but I'm glad I brought it home now because it's rather intriguing. I'd like to know what it locked up. I also wanted to give you a little update on this ring that I found back in January. I have a friend who very kindly tested it on or with an electron microscope, and he sent me the analysis that came as a result of that. And the gold is 95% pure gold, or 95% gold, with a little bit of silver and copper. And the stone is a sapphire. So it's a gold and sapphire ring. And I hope to find more about how old it could be, because I still don't know how old it is. I shall put some pictures on at the end of the pictures that he sent me of the hallmark on there.